According to the International Journal of Behavioral Science, 70% of professional women or 70% of professionals feel like an imposter in their workplace. And while it's linked to a variety of causes, the syndrome often originates from our childhood, believe that or not. Something that happened in our childhood is linked to feeling like an imposter. So today, I'm going to give you 4 tips on overcoming imposter syndrome and remind you that you're good enough and you deserve to feel worthy and happy. You're not defined by your negative thoughts and you deserve a better way of living. So let's get started. I want you to keep tuning in because I'm going to drop some gold nuggets on you today. So today I'm here to give you 4 tips on overcoming imposter syndrome and remind you that you are good enough. You deserve to feel worthy and happy. And you're not defined by your negative thoughts, and you do deserve a better way of living. So let's get started with this. So there's a study that KPMG did that reveals that 75% of women executives are or have experienced imposter syndrome at some point in their career, whether they're getting a new role or getting promoted, they've experienced imposter syndrome. And you probably asking, well, what even is that? You know, people say it all the time, oh, she got imposter syndrome. Or they'll say, oh, I feel like I have imposter syndrome. I'm not talking about starting something new, ladies. I am talking about imposter syndrome with something where you know you got your stuff, right? You are on point. And all of a sudden this feeling creeps up like, well, I don't know if I can do it or not, but you got everything it takes inside you to do it, but you're starting to feel like you can't. That's imposter syndrome. So now in the layman's terms, imposter syndrome is a psychological term describing a negative pattern of behavior when one feels not good enough. Apart from that, imposter syndrome can also happen when people are given a negative comment from those that they deem superior, like your manager or someone that you feel like is in a higher role than you. And that sometimes can really affect them. It starts to affect their mental state of making them feel not good enough or feeling like this person's criticizing me. Why are they criticizing me? Or self-depreciating yourself and thoughts, and due to internalized stereotypes, and also sometimes inferiority complex can arise out of imposter syndrome. With just one thing for someone saying something to you that's negative, we need to shut these folks down. And the way you do that is remember who you are and what you bring. I'm serious. I mean, you know who you are and what you bring. So a lot of times, and I actually, this is going to be in the tips, I focus on helping women as a mindset coach, work with them on building a confidence resume. Like everything you've ever done that's amazing from the time you were little, if you want to, or from just professional or for school, write that down. Put it in a resume so that when you're starting to feel a little bit like I can't do this, or they picked the wrong person, or I might not be able to perform as well as they think I should, or I might have bit off too much and can't do what I need to do. I want you to whip out that resume, that confidence resume that I'm going to help you build. And I want you to read that. And then I want you to get back in the game. Because a lot of times we stay out of the game because we have the imposter syndrome or something that's hovering over us, a foreboding spirit telling us that it's not going to work out. That confidence resume is going to help you, give you bounce back ability, what you need to do, how you need to get there, and keep it moving. Okay. So it's just such a terrible feeling. I mean, with this imposter syndrome, it can make you feel like you just don't belong. Like, oh my gosh, you got this amazing opportunity. You were excited. You started a new job. And then after 3 months, you starting to feel like they're going to find out that I don't know what I'm doing. Not only do you know what you're doing, they better be lucky to have you. They don't even know what they got. So I'm going to give you some tips. So these tips I am going to share with you today can help keep that little negative voice in your head in check and beat that unwanted self-doubt. So let's get started with these 4 tips. It's the 4 tips to overcoming imposter syndrome. Number 1, deal with the issue head on. The thing with imposter syndrome is that it could take a toll on you and make you procrastinate. I don't know if you've ever done that. I procrastinate. I'll be doing all the stuff I shouldn't be doing. I'm like, what are you doing? Get to what you need to do, get the work done. So if you're working on something and you face difficulties along the way, it's the best deal. It's best to deal with them head on. Just deal with it. Like, put the hardest thing in front of your day and get that done. Dealing with issues at a later time can backfire, leaving you feeling like you're not yourself, or you didn't get what you need to get done. So the best way to go about it is to tackle the hard and challenging tasks first instead of setting them aside. So if you know you got to write a paper, write a paper. If you know that you have to get some, and I'm a data analytics person as well, so if I have to get some data extracted or whatever I need to do to analyze, go ahead and get that done at the beginning of my day. So the rest of my day, I'm just focusing on knocking out the little stuff. So I already got the big frog completed, right? You want to deal with your big things in the beginning of the day. That makes sense to me. It's accomplishing. You feel a sense of accomplishment and you've gotten that thing done. Second, don't let your emotions cloud your logic. Don't let your emotions cloud your logic. Try not to let your emotions cloud your logic and start viewing things from a more objective perspective. Carrying those counterproductive ideas, I'm just going to say it again, carrying those counterproductive ideas and habits and ideas is not a way to go. They're emotional in nature and driven by negative emotions. In times of doubt and apprehension, it's better to assert and assess the good and bad side of your past performance objectively. Doing it this way can really help you focus on facts and can help you make a balanced judgment and think and act much better. Number 3 is to write and keep track of your achievements. I mentioned that earlier, to build a confidence resume. Writing down and keeping track of your past achievements, and I'm talking about everything, not just the big things. I'm talking about even the little things, accomplishments. It's a great reminder and a great way to remind yourself of what you've accomplished and showing yourself what you are, what you've done, and how much you brought through and how much you've accomplished. So again, building that confidence resume, that confidence muscle up. It's time to pat yourself on the back, okay? And give yourself some encouragement and give yourself some credit and be your own best cheerleader, be in your own corner. Training your brain to focus on your accomplishments is much more productive than dwelling on what went wrong, right? And this could really take you a long way in keeping you in good spirits. You could just read it every day and stay encouraged. I love that. And number 4, and lastly, have a strong support system. That is so critical and so important. Having a strong support system means everything. When you lack self-worth and feeling, those feelings start to come up. First of all, they're fraudulent feelings. They're not real. It can be helpful to have people around you who you can lean on for support. You need that. And you can glean from them. They can tell you, oh, remember the time when you did X, Y, Z and you were amazing. Remember the time and it pours into your spirit. It's so good. Your family, your friends, and trusted mentors can be in this role, and an amazing mindset coach. I can help you with that. If you need someone to pour into you, to remind you of your blessings and how amazing you are, I am excellent at that. So you can hit me up on IM, or you can send me an email and I will respond to that. So I want you to tell you this. These people that you keep in your life, your tribe, these are some amazing people that are going to pour into you. They're going to help you feel safe. They're going to lift you up when you're feeling down. And they also will validate what you're doing, right? They will not invalidate you. They will validate what you're doing. So keep up the effort and help you prevent from being in that negative space. They'll be there and they can coach you and they can help you. So imposter syndrome is real, but know you are good enough. It's a real thing, but I want you to know you're good enough. There you have it. These are just some tips to beat imposter syndrome. And although this is self-defeating sometimes, and it's a cycle, it's not easy to overcome it. And it can't be done overnight, but you can get over it and know that it is possible to shift your mindset. So an announcement I would love to make is if you want to take a deeper dive and get some one-on-one coaching with me or join one of my master mindset coaching groups, VOE offers the Beyond the Workshop ICE coaching and consulting services, and it will help you to make a mindset shift and transformation. For more information, you can email me at voemettoday@gmail.com, or you can hit the website on voicesoфencouragement.com. And until we meet again, Ephesians 4:1, walk worthy of the call for which you were called.